Why? Because it's 9 o'clock and we be drinking. My name is Mats, and today I have a very special first-time guest. His name is Tim Bell. He is the winemaker for Dry Creek Vineyards out of California, and these are the perfect wines for this hot, hot summer that we're having. So Tim, welcome to the table.
Thank you.
And let's get started with these wonderful wines.
Great, thanks, Mats. Yeah, we're starting out today with our 2023 Chenin Blanc. This is a grape that has had a long history in California, but sort of fell out of favor, and now it's sold, it's new again. Really getting a lot more attention these days. Dry Creek Vineyard was founded by David Stair in the Dry Creek Valley in 1972.
Right.
And his whole impetus behind creating a winery was he fell in love with the white wines of the Loire Valley. So Chenin Blanc and Sauvignon Blanc, which we'll taste in a minute, are key players there. And so this is a classic style for us that we've been making for over 50 years.
I like it because it's an overlooked grape. You think of Chenin, you think of the Loire Valley, you think of South Africa. And California is definitely making its mark, and this is just a nice representation.
Thank you. Yeah, it's very fresh and bright, crisp.
Little floral, some hibiscus and lemon blossom, some verbena. It's just so refreshing. And what would you pair this with other than the obvious seafood?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is this wine has been in there used to be an annual competition for oyster wines that pair with oysters, and this wine won 9 different vintages.
Wow.
As one of the top wines for that. So definitely, fresh seafood. It's great on its own as a summer, before dinner or afternoon, just aperitif kind of wine. But
easy sipping. Yeah. Easy sipping.
So fresh, light foods.
Right.
All these, probably good with sort of fresh salads and. Maybe
chicken,
more vegetable-oriented dishes. This I think would actually be really
pesto.
Good with a roast chicken.
Yes, that sounds good too.
Yeah.
So, wine number 2?
Sure. So this wine is our Fumé Blanc, and this is another classic style for us that, again, part of the inspiration for the winery being the white wines of the Loire Valley. And Fumé Blanc is just a synonym for Sauvignon Blanc.
Okay.
But
people often ask me what's the difference between Fumé Blanc, Sauvignon Blanc. I tell them it's almost synonymous, like Syrah and Shiraz.
Exactly.
Same grape.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely right. And for us, this is both the Chenin Blanc and the Fumé Blanc are made in a very sort of simple style. So we ferment them at cool temperatures in stainless steel tanks. Okay. No oak involved in either wine.
I like that.
No malolactic. So very just pure, really giving you the pure essence of the fruit. And David Stair was the first to plant Sauvignon Blanc in Dry Creek Valley, and it's really become our signature white variety.
It's so refreshing, a little acidic. It has some really nice spring, summer floral notes that just really make you want to have another glass.
Yeah.
So I would ask you this. With these wines, what inspires you to create what you do in the bottle?
Well, it's really, Sauvignon Blanc is such a wonderful variety because it has such complexity and layers.
Right.
It's bright and fresh. It's not sort of ponderous and heavy. I mean, I make Chardonnay and I like Chardonnay, but I like a wine that's a little lighter on its feet and more crisp. And this hits all those notes. And, I just get to work with some of the best growers and vineyards in the world for making Sauvignon Blanc in the United States.
Yes, you're absolutely right. I think why I like this is that because it does have finesse and balance. It's not your morning glass of New Zealand grapefruit juice. It has body and lifted aromatics.
Yeah.
It is so nice. And you could even put this with a skirt steak or a flank steak, something not too heavy, but that would complement the wine.
Yeah.
I like it. Absolutely. This is so nice.
And we, in the vineyard, we harvest this at a little bit lower ripeness than we would for our third wine that we're going to taste. But also we try not to do very minimal removal of leaves or leaf pulling from around
Sure.
the fruit zone, because we don't want to get a lot of light in the fruit. We want to retain some of the slightly green characteristics.
Okay.
So for me, people at the winery always laugh. I always say I get a little touch of romaine lettuce and Granny Smith apple, because I used to drink smoothies made out of romaine lettuce, and Granny Smith apples, and I think that really gets
some vegetalness. What I like about Boumet Blanc, Sauv Blanc, sometimes you go into the store, you go in your garden, and you smell tomato vines. I just love that smell. It can be intoxicating.
Yeah.
Not necessarily won't want to drink it, but I love that dynamic.
Yeah.
So wine number 3.
Yeah, so this one is a newer style of Sauvignon Blanc for us. It's actually very dear to my heart because I've had a real chance to shape it from close to the beginning.
Okay.
The first wine uses fruit from both Russian River Valley to our immediate south, and then Dry Creek Valley. This one is focused exclusively on Dry Creek Valley. Kind of represents the second generation take of the winery, because now David's daughter Kim is our president, and her husband Don has been heavily involved in the winery as well. And so what we do with this is a little higher ripeness in the vineyard. We get more light exposure in the fruit, but also really key is some unique selections, or we call them clones of Sauvignon Blanc. So the Musqué selection, and also Sauvignon Gris, which is kind of a more obscure one.
Right.
See it in white Bordeaux a little bit, but it gets this kind of gray, slight copper color, sort of like Pinot Gris a little bit when it ripens.
I mean, these first 3 are just remarkable and so thirst quenching for these hot Denver days that we've been getting. So I would not hesitate to recommend these to anybody who wants to discover Sauvignon Blanc without breaking the bank.
Yeah.
It's the perfect target market.
And this really gets some nice sort of white peach and sort of little stone fruit qualities that are a little different.
Yeah, a little pomelo, a little bit of tangerine. It's beautiful.
Thanks.
Well done. Which leads us to our last wine, Dry Creek Cabernet. Nothing says 98 degrees like a nice Cabernet.
It's a fresh summer sipper, right?
Sure.
Well, my background in winemaking included 10 years working in Napa Valley with some really beautiful Rutherford Cabernet. So when I came to Dry Creek Valley about 14 years ago, I didn't know Bordeaux-style reds in Dry Creek Valley, especially Cabernet. And what I really discovered is it's an undiscovered gem of a region. We have some really nice higher altitude vineyards on the west side of the valley, very steep slopes in the hills there, very rocky, iron-rich soil, gets that nice red color. And then on the east side, we have what we call the East Bench, kind of more rolling hills, very gravelly soil. Produces really beautiful fruit. And we've really focused in on some great selections from both of those, and we get some sort of elegance from one side and some sort of rough and tumble, more burly Cabernet on the other, and make a nice balanced wine that way.
It does definitely have those notes because I'm getting chocolate and cassis and black pepper, black walnuts. It's just really, really, really well done. And I would even put a slight chill on it during the summer, simply because I think it brings out the fruit and the dynamics and the taste a little bit more if it's not so temperature controlled like the outside.
I always say I like this closer to the temperature of the cellar in the winery, so somewhere around 60 degrees might be a really nice spot.
Absolutely. So Tim, I can't thank you enough for visiting our little studio in Denver, Colorado, and introducing us to these wines. So I tell everybody out in TV land, come on down, because these are hidden treasures. They're very affordable. Miss Sheila will have them on sale. And I hope you stop by again sometime in the summer or the fall or the winter and reintroduce us to some beautiful Dry Creek wines. So Tim, thank you. Cheers, and we'll see everybody soon.
Thank you, Matt.